Right, hello everybody, welcome to another video. So today we're in this quite old Audi A4 Mark II. This one is a 2003 and the electric windows on the driver's side are not working. So I've got the ignition on. Now, this is not controlling the passenger one either. If I check the passenger one using the switch over here, it works. Like so, from here. Oops. Definitely doesn't. Although interestingly, if I pull the driver's side one up all the way, you can hear something sort of like clicking. Like I don't know if that's going to come out on the phone, but just listen. So that makes me think. So what I'm thinking so far is obviously power probably is getting here. But maybe the switch is bad, so that auto up function is activating, but none of the other functions are activating. So that's my thinking so far. But I think there is more than one fuse that supplies these windows on electric windows on these cars. So I think just to be on the safe side, I am going to check the fuses anyway. So so yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll do that next. Okay, I thought I'd have a look in the owner's manual here, and it's actually not helpful at all because there's no references at all to actually electric windows as such. The only thing there is fuse 22, it says door, driver's side, fuse 23, door, passenger side, and then the 24 is the central electrics unit for convenience equipment, which I suppose could be related to the electric windows, but you know, it doesn't say. So anyway, I have done some further sort of poking around on the internet, and I have found a circuit diagram, and if assuming that is correct, the fuses that relate to the electric windows are these four here. So 22 and 23, you know, as we kind of guessed from the handbook, yes, and also 4 and 6. But I'm also just going to check 24 as well, which was that central convenience unit or whatever, blah blah blah. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, and I believe the fuse box on these, the fascia one anyway, is just there. So we'll get that panel off and have a look. Alright guys, so I got my test light connected to this ground nut here. I got the ignition on. So this 20 amp one here is fuse 24, so I'm just going to start by checking that one. So that one is, there's power there on that side, and power there on that side, so that shows us there's power there, and the on the circuit, and the fuse is good. Now unfortunately the rest I'm not going to be able to check using this method, so because it's the wrong, these fuses don't allow me to do that, so I am going to have to take them out and just check them visually. But what I am going to do is, after taking them out, I am going to just kind of go in there with the test light into the terminal just to make sure there's power there. But I'm just, is it too much of an awkward angle here to kind of like film it at the same time, so I'm just going to do that off camera, and I'll report back to you guys with the results. By the way, the numbering is on here. It's tiny. You're not going to be able to see it on camera, but if you look if you're doing the job yourself, if you look very carefully, you will see fuse numbers on here. So it goes 1, so that one was 24. Up here it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So up here I'm going to check this 5 amp one, but that should be 4, and also this 5 amp one here, that should be 6. So those are the ones I'm going to check now. And then here, this is 22. I'm also going to check 22. This one here. This is 23. There's no fuse there, as you can see, but actually I've shone a torch into there, and there is actually, I don't know if you can see, but there's actually no terminals there, so it's obviously must be model dependent. This one obviously doesn't have a fuse there. It could possibly be because this car does not have rear electric windows. Possibly if your car has got rear electric windows, maybe there's going to be a fuse there. Okay guys, so I can confirm that all those fuses are good, and also there's power there on all those circuits at this point here. So my suspicion is basically, like I said earlier at the beginning, is I'm suspecting that this switch unit here basically. Now, annoyingly, I mean, I've got to say, I don't like Audis generally. I'm not a big fan of them, and the main reason for that, part of the reason for that, because they're generally very difficult cars to work on, or they tend to be anyway. And true to form, I just had a close look at this, and to get this switch unit off, you've got to take the door card off first. I mean, how stupid is that? I mean, someone previously, it looks like, has tried to get at that unit because they've tried to pry there and there, but obviously that wouldn't have worked, because that's not the way that this bit of trim comes off. You've got to take the door card off first. Anyway, really stupid, but that's what I'm going to have to do, so I'll come back to you guys in a bit whilst I'm in the process of doing that. Right guys, the door card is off. I'm afraid I didn't film it, but I did find a very good video on YouTube explaining how to take it off, so I'm going to put a link to that in the description. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and take off the, this is the window switch here. This is the electric door mirror switch. So what I think I can do now is just take off the window switch. So it's just a matter of prising it out of where it is. I don't know how much of this you can see, but it's in a restricted location, so I can't really film it too well, but I think when you're here, you'll know what I'm doing anyway. It's sort of fairly obvious. Right, so I've got half of it out there, but can I get the other half out? Some quite sharp edges here, by the way, so be careful not to cut yourself. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, let me just show you what I'm trying to do, and then I think I'm going to do it, you know, without filming, because I need to get my head in the way. So basically, this is the switch unit, the window switch unit, and as you can see, it's sort of held into this plastic grey kind of bit, and we just want to get the black bit out. So it's a matter of just prising up this like that, but you've got to do it on both sides because it needs to kind of come out level. So I'm going to do that off camera, and I'll come back to you guys in a bit. Okay, the switch is out. There it is. So the idea now is to try and disassemble this if I can, and to clean the contacts. Now I know that some of these you definitely can disassemble, but this one I'm not quite sure about, because the design looks a bit different, but I'm going to try. I'm going to start by trying to take these buttons off. Slightly limited light here. I'm just gonna pause a second and just try and improve the light. I can't quite see what I'm doing. Right guys, so I just had a closer look, and I think on this design you don't actually need to take the buttons off, because there isn't really anything to clean under the buttons. But I am going to try and take this this whole top panel off if I can. Ooh. Okay. Right. Okay. Right, so what we got there, and it's certainly looking quite dirty, so hopefully that's a good sign, if I can put it that way. So I think what I'm going to do is basically, I'm not going to film it all because it's just going to be a bit boring and a bit difficult to film anyway, but all these kind of like surfaces, like I'm going to take this bit, these bits, oops, completely off. Basically clean these, clean those, and clean these. And what I'm going to use is contact cleaner and just some cotton wool buds. So I'm going to clean everything up, and then I'll come back to you guys when I'm putting it all back together. Right guys, so my cleaning is done. So in case I wasn't clear what I used, so this is the contact cleaner I used, electrical contact cleaner. This stuff's from Halfords, and this is what I meant by the cotton wool buds. I think that's what they're called. Anyway, so yeah, there's mine sort of cleaned, looking better, not perfectly looking better, but quick note worth making at this stage is now you might take yours apart and it might actually look visually completely clean. Now if that is the case, don't make the mistake of thinking, oh, they're not dirty, they don't need cleaning, because with these types of electrical switches, sometimes they can look visually completely clean, but cleaning them they can still not be working due to being dirty. Then cleaning them can still make them work, if you know what I mean, even if they visually look completely clean. In fact, I've done a video on a Vectra about that. I'll put a link in the description. You'll see on that one, for example, the switch unit is completely clean, but it's still, after cleaning on that one, the mirror switch was on the switch unit, the mirror bit wasn't working, the mirror switch wasn't working. After cleaning it, it worked perfectly. So yeah, don't make the mistake of thinking, oh, it looks clean, I don't need to clean it. Just try cleaning it anyway. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm babbling a little bit. So let's get this put back together, hopefully. So I'm going to start by putting these bits on. There's a little difference in the way, if you look closely, there's a little difference in the way these go on, so they can only go on one way, so pay a bit of attention to that. And then I think I'm going to put, these were on this way, weren't they? So I'm going to put them on this way. Oh, actually, it's good because you can't get them on the wrong way around anyway, I think. Yeah. Okay, so now I think it's just going to be a case of pushing this bit kind of over the top and on. Yep, they feel like they're working, so I think I'm not going to put the door card and everything back on. I'm just going to get everything connected back up, see if it works. Let's see. Right guys, so good news and bad news. The good news is we actually managed to fix the switch because, listen. So, and if I do the passenger side, oh, actually the passenger side isn't working. So maybe the passenger side was a bit beyond saving, because those contacts were pretty kind of corroded on this unit. Maybe it needs a new switch unit ideally. But anyway, as you can see, the driver's side is now working, but as you can probably hear, the window is not operating, it's just crunching away. So it was, as well as the kind of switch not operating, this thing's got a bad regulator as well. What I suspect has happened here is probably the regulator's gone bad, but I think it's probably happened a while ago and it's just been left, and then that's what's made the switch go bad. Because I think if these switches aren't used for a very long time, over time just corrosion can build up on, like, when I say corrosion, more like oxidation probably, you know, not rust, but just the layer of oxidation on those contacts that kind of is enough to stop these switches working. Like I said earlier, they seem very sensitive to any kind of build up on the surfaces of those contacts. So that's why I suspect it's happened. Probably the regulator went a while back. They didn't bother getting it fixed. They probably just drove it, you know, with that window not working, and then that's what's made the switch go bad as well. So now we got the switch kind of working better, but clearly, you know, you can see in here that it needs a regulator. So I think I'm just going to put this video out there as you know, because if you have got the switch problem, I think the process that we went through, like, you know, of diagnosing that it probably was the switch, and then the process of cleaning those terminals, you know, that's worthwhile. I'm going to put this video out there. I don't know if I'll film myself doing the regulator or not. I think there's other videos out there doing the regulators already. I'll have a look. I might or I might not. But anyway, I hope this one, I think this one is useful still. You know, the process we went through, and then the cleaning. As you can see, the window switches, the driver's side one, and it is working. And really, if this is your case and you want the passenger side one to be working as well, you've got a very good kind of reason now to know that it is your switch that's faulty and nothing else, and just to go ahead and like get a replacement one of these switches and swap it out. So yeah, I think I'm going to put the video out there, guys. I hope it's helpful to you, and yeah, and if yeah, like I say, if I do get around to filming the regulator, I'll put that one out there as well. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye now.